Welcome back to Fox 51 Today. Is it safe to use radioactive waste to make our food safer? Dr. Guy of Integrative Health Matters is here to tell us the answer. So first, tell us a little bit about what radioactive waste is for us that don't have a clue.
That part's pretty easy. Radioactive waste is what happens when you take any kind of product, like, say, an atomic bomb or a uranium for the production of electricity. That's what the radioactive waste is, what happens when you break down the uranium.
Okay, interesting.
That's interesting. So does the FDA approve something like this?
The answer is, you won't believe it, but they do.
Really?
And so just to kind of give you a little bit of context.
Sure.
You know, one of my major themes is we are what we eat.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another part of that which I need to always kind of remind us about. And that is, Mark Twain said, I haven't told you this one, Marcus, but Mark Twain said, it's not what you know that worries you, it's what you think is true, but it just ain't so. And so that's where we are in this. That's being your own doctor involves having a little bit of coaching, and since I've been basically studying this since I started medical school, which is so many years ago that I'd rather not even mention that.
That's fine.
But this has been my theme all along, and that's why I call myself a holistic neurosurgeon.
Okay, wow.
That's interesting. So what is the real story between food and radioactive waste? Because when you say those things out loud, I just don't put those two together.
You're right.
You wouldn't, and as a matter of fact, I didn't really understand some of this. This is one of the main reasons that I love to come here, is because I start looking at new stuff that comes out, and a lot of times I go, oh my gosh, that can't possibly be true. But it is, and it's been going on for a long, long time. And if you just go back to think about things that happened in the past, like several years ago, many years ago, the deal was that all the big money was in the tobacco industry. And so they had doctors smoking cigarettes in ads saying, I smoke Camels and stuff like that. And then when they quit advertising tobacco, they started advertising medications. So that's why when you watch a lot of TV, that's what you see is ads about drugs. But so this is one of those things that it does happen, and there's all kind, the doses of the toxic waste, it really does poison the food, and it's mainly foods that are it applied to is meats, any kind of meat, factory meats mainly, and poultry, potatoes, wheat, things like that. But there's a lot of others. But interestingly, there's a regulation. I brought this because this is a picture of the logo that's supposed to be on the food. All the food we eat that is radiated is supposed to have that logo. I asked my wife, I said, have you ever seen this logo? And she said, nope, I've never seen it in my life.
Right.
Because it's not really there. So that's part, you can see that it's kind of a tangled mess really right now.
Okay. So, and how can we avoid this problem? I mean, of course, looking for that is probably a good sign, but are there other things that we can do?
The main thing is that all of the irradiated food is done by big companies.
Okay.
And so there's literature on it, and this is the other thing, Marcus. If you start Googling this and trying to find it on your own, it's almost impossible. That's when
I tried it before you came this morning. I was looking it up, and I thought, I have no idea.
That's exactly my point. But the answer is, if you eat locally, if you eat food, if you know the people that raised it, and that's one of the things we're doing on our Facebook pages. My wife is actually going out with a camera crew and interviewing the ranchers and the farmers that are doing this in the East Texas area. And it's amazing how many really, really neat people are doing that. So that's kind of the take-home message from this.
Okay.
Awesome. Sounds really interesting. Now I'm going to have to Google it some more and see if I can figure it out.
Yes.
Or I'm just going to give you a call and explain this.
That's really not a bad idea, and that's really what we're doing on our website
Great.
and on our Facebook pages to
Wonderful.
give people links, and there are some on our website right now.
Awesome, perfect.
Thank you,
you so
Dr.
much
Guy.
for joining us.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, yeah. Coming up after the break, we'll get a look at today's forecast in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, we have some showers here in the East Texas area for us this morning, but more will be on the way. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up.